These are consort black currant cuttings that I took off of a bush that needed to be pruned. And I had these nice air prune pots sitting around and simply filled them with composted horse manure and bedding. Ideally, if I'm planting something in a pot, I want to put a medium in there that's not only compost but actually does contain soil. These I'm just going to leave in here until they start to grow their roots out a little bit and leaf out a little bit, and then I'll transplant them into a pot. I'm going to try to find some soil on the property that can be repurposed, or I'll just have to purchase some. But this is what I had laying around, and I just wanted to get this done. I also have this garden bed space out here, and I planted probably a little too closely, but that's okay. 2 rows of the black currant. Some of the thicker ones over here. And so I will let that leaf out, and I may leave the ones in the ground for a year and transplant them next dormant season, or I'll do something else, and I'm sure you'll see that update. But right now, at least they're in the ground and they're growing, and if they cause problems later and I don't want them to be here, then I'll move them, and I may lose a few from transplant shock, but I know I won't lose all of them. So just doing something, at least better than nothing. It's Brandon out here again in my suspenders with a pimple on my nose. So I wanted to start some currant and elderberry cuttings in this area. So I put some in these air prune pots a few weeks ago, and they're all, after sitting in here, getting a couple of rains, they're all starting to leaf out and bud out. I also shoved some of them in the ground over here. Now, this area had bees in it for several years, and so it had a lot of weeds, a lot of mugwort primarily. And I didn't really have the time to mulch everything before I had to get these sticks in the ground, these cuttings in the ground. So what I did was shove them in the ground. I figured we'd just come back to it and try to weed it up a little bit. So you gotta do what you can do with the time you got sometimes. So right now we're just going through and beating it back a little bit, checking in on all the cuttings. We're gonna remulch it, and hopefully one of the benefits of these actually starting to turn green already is that the roots spent their energy making them sprout, and now if we weed what we can, that will not allow any of the energy to go back into the roots, but also once covering it with mulch, hopefully the roots will be too weak to re-sprout, or at least too weak to kind of sprout out through however much mulch, primarily straw. We'll throw some wood chips down too. So hopefully the combination of them being in a weakened state, having already expressed some of their energy, being beaten back and then mulched will keep this weed free primarily, and then we'll be able to keep growing here. We're going to do a lot of sweet potatoes in this area this year also, so looking forward to it. But that's an update on the elderberry and black currant cuttings.